Hello.
Hello.
Hey. Hey, everybody out there. Welcome to the commentary zone. Um, Today is TLC Tuesday. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because 90 Day was very
Oh my God.
interesting.
I just realized I had something rolling in the
Oh,
background. Ay, ay, ay. Okay,
gotcha.
so what did you think about 90 Day Fiancé Season 8, Episode 5? Who's the boss?
They're just all have their little conflicts. I was like, y'all, y'all having
Mm-hmm.
y'all issues, which is good to see. I'm still trying to figure out why the rug came in a box like that, but okay. Um, that confused me. And I
Oh,
thought it
because
was gonna be a really
he didn't buy it from the
oh
store. He wound up getting it from
okay.
Amazon. Remember they got in the
I
fight and they
missed. Okay,
left? So
yes,
when he came
yes.
home, yep, he was cleaning up all the mess, wound up buying it from
Mhm.
Amazon.
That okay, I missed that part because I'm like, dude, like, why is it showing up in a box? What's going on? Like, I remember he got in the fight and left. And I'm like, oh,
I
he
didn't
called and like, I'm gonna order the rug. You know what I
I
mean?
didn't get it until I
I'm
was
like,
looking for pictures online and somebody had a snapshot and the I think the box had the happy face on it. So I was like, I know that happy face anywhere. That's Amazon.
that was hilarious. And like,
Yep, and Gina
that
Max
nice
said
store
it
put
was
the rug in a
smaller.
box.
Hey, I've
Yeah,
ordered
I was like, whoa, this is
rugs
kind of
from
small.
Amazon.
No, I wasn't expecting Amazon because they went to the store and I figured like he felt bad. He called the store and said, "Hey,
Mm,
we're gonna get the rug." And when the rug came in the box, I was completely
mm-mm,
confused. But in fact, it was smaller too. Like Gina said, I'm
mm.
like, okay, what's going on here? And I'm like, what? And then now you tell me it's from Amazon. I'm like, he wrong for that. But she didn't know no difference. She was just happy it was a white rug. That's all she wanted was a white rug.
Yeah, yeah, that's all she I think she can be plied with gifts. Like she's one of those sugar babies that you just keep on giving and giving and giving. She'll never be truly happy, but
Hmm.
as long as she's getting something, she feels, I guess, validated. That's so bad to say.
Oh, like yo, when she got that iPhone, she was the best boyfriend in the world. I mean, she was juiced.
Yeah. It lasted for all of 5 minutes until they got to the restaurant, and then she was pissy again.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I'm with you on this one.
I wonder if they're just putting this on for the show. Because spoiler alert, I saw something online that said that they actually got married and she's pregnant.
I know. I heard that. Had to Google it myself. I'm like, okay. I mean, the way it's what we know, what we think we know. I'll put it that way. It seems like they're just putting this on for the camera. Like she's really not that bad. I think if you're really that bad, he just sent her back
Mhm.
because she's never. I
Yeah,
mean, never
I
happy. Okay, let me take that back. It's not never happy. She's happy in short spurts when she gets things.
yeah. Well, let's take a little break and welcome everybody in the chat. Jamal, you want to do the honors today?
Yeah, I'm just saying hello via chat real quick. So sorry. All right, see what we got going on today. I see Gina Maxi's in the room. Willow's here. Bobbles is here. Black Lavender's here. Hey guys. And that I think that's it for now from what I can see. And it's like people are just filtering in the room as we go. So I suggest we keep it going and hopefully people just
And
filter
as you
in due
enter
time.
the zone, oh, sorry. I just want to tell everybody as they enter the zone, please,
Yeah,
please,
go ahead.
please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Um, and tell your friends, please, because remember, we're rebuilding from zero again. So everything that we had, we kind of took the chance, lost it, but we have faith that that our peeps will come back and subscribe to us. So please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, tell your friends. We accept everyone as long as they're respectful for those of us who are here participating. All right, that's it, Jamal.
No worries. I just I honestly think that they got on the show like, okay, this is a chance for notoriety, a chance to become a little bit famous, but we gotta do it right. So they know the game. I'm sure they've seen the past seasons of 90 Day. They know what works and what doesn't work. So I think they're not this bad. I don't think she's that bad. What do you think?
Um, we're talking about Yara, right? Yara
Right.
and Jovi.
Yeah.
I have a hard time with with those two, because
I can tell by the long. I can tell by the
Yara's
long
not
that
likable
long
to me.
pause.
I'm trying to
Okay.
be nice. I'm trying to be nice because it's the
Okay.
beginning of the video and I don't want to be sour. I don't want to be Debbie Downer. I find it hard to like Yara. I really do.
Okay.
Yovi, I feel like he is a frat boy at heart. Like, I think I would like him like one or two drinks in, but after
Right.
that, I think he would be a hot sloppy mess and I'd probably be laughing at him off in a distance once he starts vomiting, kind of thing. Um,
Gotcha.
but he seems like a nice chap. Um, I feel though that they have this energy about them. They bite at each
hmm
other. And
Yes, I
she
definitely agree.
bites. And when he bites back, he cuts deep. Like, some of his comments are like, I find a little bit harsh for the situation that they in. Cause he real quick to say, well,
hmm
you don't come from nowhere, and this is better than what you had. You should be grateful. And it could be a sign of immaturity or some open wounds that we don't know about. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure out this couple. And they are more interesting because I don't know who they are. Whereas I'm looking at Rebecca and Zied and Tarik and Hazel and Mike and Natalie.
hmm
I find them boring because we already went through their story and I don't see anything different. So I give the benefit of the doubt to these two because they are new. Sorry.
that makes total sense. Yeah, he's not shy about seeing how he feels, but he does overreact a little bit, and I do think it's immaturity. They're in what, their 20s, mid to late 20s, I think, somewhere around there.
I think so.
So it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. He's not like Gina
Okay.
Maxey said. He's that's mine. He does say that a lot. It's never ours. It's always mine. Like, he's making it very clear who controls the finances. So that I want to keep an eye on that.
Well, he does. What is she contributing other than
I
a
mean, I
bad
know, but it's
weave?
just more like
Um,
I just want to know if he's going to continue to lord that over her head this whole time. I'm just very interested to see how that plays out.
I wonder why she has so much resistance to getting to know his mom, especially considering Yovi works 4 weeks on, 4 weeks off. She's in a foreign country all by herself. Like, I mean, granted, it's not the best girlfriend you could have, but at least it's somebody who want to put up with your attitude.
Right, I agree.
I don't know. That's the only thing that
Exactly
I
that.
find weird with her.
No, I
Who else
definitely
was on
feel
here?
you on that
Okay,
because she's
so
just
let's
sour.
yes, yeah. And that's not going to be good if she puts that over to his mom and then his mom tells him. It just doesn't make sense.
Right. Exactly. Agreed.
What's the next couple that you want to talk about?
Let's do we want to cover Stephanie and Ryan?
Yeah, I guess we could because we didn't see much of them, did we? Like, I
No,
just remember her
it was more about
defending
Stephanie, I
her.
think.
Yeah, like she was defending her actions to the sisters. Or those were her sisters or her cousins or something like that.
Cousins.
And
Cousins.
how she set, yeah, how she set him up with a job, so he's getting paid for nothing out of her pocket. Um, she didn't come off. Um, yeah, she didn't come off well to me this episode. She just came off as real desperate, old and desperate.
Yes. Like she's taking care of him and his whole family. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I
I was
think
just
it
in
would
there
have been
like,
cheaper. Remember that old you could adopt a child overseas for 29 cents a day? I think she should have
mhm.
signed up for that as opposed to supporting Ryan and his whole family.
I mean, I was just like, okay. I mean, I understand you're trying to be nice and helpful, but I don't really think this is the best way to go. Because now you set that
Yeah.
expectation.
So, and when he leaves, is she going to continue supporting his family? That's just a
Exactly.
question I have. Like, how committed is she to this
Right.
employment venture?
Exactly.
And why is she
That's the
doing it if he
thing.
never answers her calls?
I don't get it because he seems very disinterested unless I'm not reading him correctly because I don't see him making any effort, like none. The only effort he makes is to call her for stuff. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that's all we got from them. Um, Let me know if
Right.
I
That
missed
was short.
anything with Stephanie. Okay.
No, I think this is.
Who's next?
I'm not sure
Who do you
that
want to
you
talk
felt
about
this way.
next? Mhm.
We're trying to see who's next. Brandon, maybe Brandon and Julia.
Oh, I I I like this couple just because of her reactions, is if that's bad to say. Like life on the farm for her is not going well. Um I don't know. And his mom. Okay, can we just skip forward to the dinner with the grandpa?
Of course, like I mean, just hit the we can just hit the most important parts because overall there wasn't too much to this episode in my opinion, but the there
Mm.
were some bullet points, like a bullet point for like each couple. You know what I mean? Like their whole segments weren't interesting, but there's like one thing that you
Yeah.
saw. I was like, okay, we can talk about that.
Yes.
So yeah,
So
we can
my
skip right to the
issue
dinner.
at the dinner with the grandpa. Yeah.
Hmm.
How do I phrase this? Why was his mom freaking out because she had a hickey? Did she think that because they were in separate rooms that they would not be in any way intimate?
Right. You just said they couldn't stay in the same room together, so they're not. They're just stealing 2 hours at a time and then going back. So she needs to get over it.
I find that the more she makes a big deal about it, the stupider she looks. And that's why everybody is saying like she's jealous of
Hmm.
their relationship.
And then you like, because even the grandfather was like, "Where are you talking?" Even the grandfather was looking at her crazy.
Yeah.
He's
Grandpa
like,
was like, I'd
"She's
be doing it
beautiful,
if I had a
so
nice little young chicklet with like that.
right." Grandpa was cool, and the whole like The
Oh
whole
my
May 9th
god.
thing, I'm like, ma'am, stop. I'm looking at her like, well, Mother's Day
Mhm.
doesn't fall on May 9th every year, right? It changes year to year, right? I don't understand.
Well, my thing is, you've taken away so much from these kids. It is this is
Hmm.
your son and Julia's wedding day. Let them have their day. Who are you to dictate that?
Right.
I just don't get it. And it's taking away from his mom's celebration of what Mother's Day is canceled because somebody is getting married that weekend. Is that how it goes? I
Right.
I just thought it was
And
ridiculous and the mother just trying to control this whole narrative. And I thought it was sweet that she wanted to get married on the 9th because that's the first time that he communicated with her and said, "You're going to be my wife." I thought that was really cute and sweet. And she was just,
I did too.
laying a big dookie on it.
Right. And I like the fact that he stood up for Julia and like, well, she has a very good reason for wanting this date and I support her. I'm like, good job, Brandon. You keep doing that.
Yeah, I was proud of him for standing up and putting his foot down. Because if the dad and the mom could put their foot down on two separate rooms, then you can put your foot down and support your future wife by saying she wants to get married on May 9th. We're getting married on May 9th. And if it's interfering with, his mom's Mother's Day celebration, she could stay home. That's how I felt.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I was just like, good
Um,
job, Brandon.
mhm. Who do you want to talk about next?
Who else is there? Oh, I want to say mm, I think Mike and Natalie were in this one, right? I glossed over them so much. I apologize if they were in the show.
Yes.
But I think I saw like a little segment about
Yes.
them. I just can't,
Yes. He took her to the waterfall,
which was real
and she
nice.
was
Yes.
finally happy. Yes. Um,
I mean,
I have to ask you a question. I have to ask you a question about this couple. Remember in the
okay.
first time we saw them last season or whatever we saw them,
Hmm.
didn't they meet because his friend, who's married to a Ukrainian woman, had a baby, and he was made the godfather, and Natalie, who's her friend, was made the godmother. Isn't that how they met?
Yeah, exactly. And then they just got along really, really
Okay.
well, and he would make trips over there and all this good stuff. And he wound up in debt, so he had that issue. She was mad about the whole
Mhm,
debt thing,
mhm,
and he went over there, and they were cool. Like he got along really well with her mom. They would do well, but then they would just
mhm,
get into like these little petty arguments. And then towards the
mhm.
end, they got in that fight. She threw the ring back at him. I was like, really? Like, you do this right when he's about to leave? Okay. And then apparently, like, he's like, well, where are we at? Like, are you coming with me to the airport? And she was like, I don't know. And then she finally went with him to the airport. And then they were talking. Well, they didn't talk in the car, I don't believe. And I think they said their goodbyes at the airport. And then they still kind of stayed connected. They still talk, try to work it out, and this is where we are now.
Okay, but I wanna go back to how they met. Now, she's come over,
Hmm.
and she's lonely, she has no one here in the States. Where's that friend and her godchild? How does she
Maybe
have
they
no
fell
one?
out. I mean, but we have to realize
Okay.
they may not. They probably the friends probably don't live where he lives. I bet you the friends live in Seattle, if anything. And Seattle's like 3 hours away, as I recall. She said.
She has a
I
phone?
think that might be it. Stop. she has a phone.
She has
Well, yeah,
someone.
she could call. I mean,
Her saying that she has no one, she has someone.
you have to.
I
There's
just
no way. I mean, if
this
you have a
storyline
phone,
is
you have a whole lot of
aggravating me.
people.
True,
It's
true.
because it's aggravating
I,
because
I
of the.
just I'm sorry, guys. We have a huge delay here, so it's not that we're purposely talking over each other. It's just that we have a big delay. So please forgive us
It's
today.
huge.
Yeah, this couple is very, very annoying to me, and it's because of Natalie, not really Mike.
Yeah, I think with Natalie, she comes off as very not likable because she seems desperate to have that ring back, but she's not really being accommodating to him and understanding what he has to go to work.
Mhm.
So she's going to be there by herself. And my thing with her is I'm sure you saw pictures of where he lives. I'm sure you saw like he's in the middle
Mhm.
of kind of nowhere. So this shouldn't have been too much of a surprise.
Mhm. Okay. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Let's get through these last two couples and then we'll bring up our first caller. Rebecca and Zied. Let's hit them first. This they didn't have much this episode other than she found a new place
No.
for
Hmm.
them to live, and he left his family to come over to the States. So it was very emotional at the airport for his whole family. And then Rebecca, ugh. Any comments, Jamal?
I mean, Rebecca, I mean, Boo Boo Kins, you have no luck with this. Stop it. Just stop. Like, why are you so thirsty for this person? I just don't get it. I mean, you're just gonna bring him over here to support him, basically, because he can't work for like what 6 months? I think it is. I heard.
I think so. I think it's 6 months until he gets the permanent resident thing. I think that's it. Till he
Right.
gets his initial
And the fact that
paperwork.
she's living in the
Um, I do have a
and Willow
question
brings up a
for
good
you.
point.
Which one?
That she's living. Willow. She said she's living in the same complex as her ex-husband. Like, really?
Mm.
I wonder how Zied's gonna take that when he finds out they live in the same complex as as one of her ex-husbands.
I don't find that weird.
But you know how Zied is though, and like he don't like another man looking at her. Like, could you imagine if her ex-husband like happens to come out on the balcony, like, "Hey, Rebecca, how are you?" What's he gonna flip out?
Here's the thing. Here's why I don't find that weird, right? It's the same apartment building. It's not the same unit. Secondly, if she owned, and I heard this on Zane this morning, Zane Daily, and he makes a very valid point. If she was a homeowner, say suppose she was Stephanie, and she already had a home that she owned, and the first husband was living there with her, he's now gone. Zied moves in. Is he going to make her sell the home? It makes no sense just because she goes back to an apartment building where it's probably the only place that's going to give her credit approval, to move in. I don't see anything wrong with that. And especially if she's paying the rent and he's only playing Xbox, shut up and sit in the corner and play your game. Be grateful you have a roof over your head.
I mean, I get that. I get that, and she's probably to give her the benefit of the doubt. She's probably been living in that building for a while, so I can get that. And if the rent is good and you've been there a while, why move? I can see your point of view on that one.
Yeah. So I don't get it. It's not the same apartment. It's just the same building. Big whoop.
Building,
You
yeah.
know, it is what it is. It's probably the only place that she could get at such short notice. And it's a nice apartment. It's nice and
Fair.
big.
It's a nice apartment. It's nice. Yeah, I agree with Black Lavender. Just
And
don't tell
here
Zia
I
anything.
agree. Exactly. I agree with Black Lavender. Don't, well, not the last part, but don't say anything. You're just looking for problems.
Exactly.
And then last last but not least is Tarik and Hazel. He takes her out for breakfast, an American breakfast, orders everything on the menu. She says she's going to get fat, and then he takes her to this spiritual center where he is hoping she would like to get married. What are your thoughts on that?
Right. I'm like, no, just no. I mean, how she feels about well, you should know how she feels about her religion. So an ARE is not going to do it for her. That was just a bad mistake. Period.
Hmm.
You
I
know,
didn't
she's
like the
deeply.
look of
She
it.
seems to be very religious. Okay, it reminded me of like
A rec center.
well, where I lived in YMCA. Yes, like a boys and girls club. It does. It was
Yeah,
like the boys and girls club,
it wasn't
multifunctional,
nice.
multi. Yeah, I was mad at him for that, and I felt Hazel's pain on that one.
Yeah, I think he could compromise a little bit on that one. Um, if she wants to get married in a church, let her get married in a church. It doesn't have to be
Oh yeah,
like the church that he went to when he was over there. It can be like a regular church, non-denominational. No, you can't do non-denominational, can you? I don't know. I've never been married, y'all.
I think she. I think she's of a particular faith, so I think she's gonna want to get married with under her faith. So I think that she should have that. I mean, if she's coming over here to be with you, I think you can compromise on that.
Yeah. Anything else with Tariq and Hazel? I
No,
don't think
I
so.
just wish they weren't on the show, but okay.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's bring up Oblavi and see what she has to say. Hello, Miss
Hello.
Oblavi.
Yeah, I just took a shower. That's why I'm not on screen. Um,
Oh, we're all visualizing you naked now. Everybody close your
I love
eyes.
being
Let's
naked.
see.
Well, the issue with this show is they have too many people from one region. Like I need to see it, mixed up. I'm tired of the three from Russia and Ukraine.
Mm, I don't know. I'm giving Yara and Julie a little bit more leeway because they're new. But Natalie, she could go. I agree with that.
Well, I mean, Yara is a gold digger. So, like,
Mhm.
even though she's like, catching flack online and saying that she didn't do anything and she's not that bad, if you go online and you see her on their reality show, she's talking about how she was going to marry a rich American. That is very true with her. This is Anfisa part
Mm,
two.
okay.
But I liked Anfisa. I don't know why I don't like Yara. Like, I live for a gold digger. But
I think you probably are frustrated. Like, if you're going to be a gold digger, come correct and not with like a botched up weave, a botched up dye job, and not looking a certain way. I think you're just disappointed in her presentation as a gold digger.
correct. I mean, at least even Larissa, like
Hmm.
even her gold digging, I didn't mind. But I think that the woman had a leg to stand on, whereas Yara is a bit delusional. You know, like
Hmm.
out of everybody, she's gotten the best living situation since probably Julia. No, I didn't like Juliana's house. She probably has the best living situation out of anybody on this show.
Very true. But Juliana's house, even though we didn't like the decor of it or the design style of it, like he bought that house. So that still wins for me because that's actual real estate, whereas Yovi's renting.
You're right, but when a man has two children,
Mhm.
well, you don't take a man with two children because you know he has a trust set up so that his children will get most of his money. Even if he divorces you, you're not getting that house. You know, even though
That's
he's a
true.
splendor daddy, not a sugar daddy.
True. But wait, did he make her do a prenup? She was the one that he wanted to do the prenup, but she weaseled out of it.
But it doesn't matter if he did a prenup or not. I mean, money he made before the marriage is admissible, and
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You know, look at Sonia Morgan. We've already know that when you date a man who has money and children, that's a no go. You got to date a sucker and fool like Sean. That's who she need to be with. Sean from Love After Lockup.
Oh my
Because that's
god.
what
Yeah,
she
Sean's a
wants. She
sucker.
wants to live on Las Vegas Strip. She wants a man just to spend money on her and she don't have to do nothing for it. That's what she wants.
Yeah, but Sean has no money.
Listen, Jovi is not going to spend money on her like that. Like you see how cheap he was? I wish I was a later date I would do it because I have the same rug in my house. It's pink. Cheers. It was $30 on Amazon.
Like I said,
I
I
agree
can't
with the
say
Bobby
anything
because here's the
about
reason
that
why.
because I have bought rugs from Amazon. Go ahead, Jamal.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I was trying to get a good peek at that iPhone because it didn't look an iPhone X or nothing like that.
No, it was the newest one. It was the
Was it?
cheaper one. It was like $800. It wasn't the one that was like overly expensive. And I'm sure he has it as
Okay.
in a pay as you go form because just in case she leaves, you know, you can't just be buying things out in cash for women you don't know like that. You gotta
That
finance
is true, Bobby. That is true. She on that Go plan. T-Mobile
it.
T-Mobile got him.
You gotta finance her and make sure she's not, you know, because those international calls be a trip. So you gotta make sure.
Also, you know what, Bobby? Cricket and Boost got iPhones now too. So
You
she don't have to be with a major carrier.
But you know what? I don't think he bought that phone from Apple or anything because I didn't see it come out of a box. I think he got it from eBay.
No, it was in a box.
Cricket.
I thought I saw a box.
I didn't see a box. I saw the box it came in. I didn't see the Apple box. I didn't see a white box.
Oh, I only saw the black
Oh,
box.
I have a question. Did she have headphones?
We didn't see headphones. We just saw the iPhone, and I didn't see no plastic on it.
See?
Are they giving headphones with the new ones?
I don't think so. I don't know. I haven't bought an iPhone in a while.
I think didn't they stop giving something that we normally have?
Let's see.
It was either the plug or the headphones they're not giving. It's probably the headphones because they want you to buy those ear pods.
Listen, he's better than me. You know what I would have given her? I would have given her a Boost mobile phone. Remember the ones that had the walkie-talkie?
Yes.
I would have given her.
Yes.
Gatatua thinks it's a refurbished phone.
I think so too. I think he got her a little $400 phone. Yeah.
Bobbles says, I figured he would eventually use the rug to roll her body up in. Jesus.
Because if he has money, why is her weave never done?
I don't know. I don't know.
And then too, I think he has money, but mama is not going to let him waste all his money on Anastasia.com, you know, first go around. You know, this is probably the first foreign wife he has. He has another one he can get.
This is his first foreign wife. Okay. And I agree with you. He does have money.
He does.
I know people who work like that. And doing those same jobs and engineers on boats and on oil rigs and stuff like that, even the divers, and they make a lot of money Granted, the work schedule is harsh. He's very lucky that he's on 4 weeks and off 4 weeks.
Yeah.
My friends usually go away for 4 to 6 months and then
Yeah.
come back for a month. So
So,
it's a hard life.
but the thing is, she don't like him. And see, she has the perfect setup. If she would just
Mm-hmm.
shut up, I
Mm-hmm.
really think we should do a trade, and we should take Yara back to the Ukraine, and then let Julia go to New Orleans because she would love that.
Yes, she would find a job instantly, as a go-go dancer in a cage or,
And
a girl on a pole.
yeah, but he knows strippers too. They would have
Yeah.
the first night. She would have been like, "Yeah, let's go out."
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I thought I know I saw you say that. I was watching you on Adam and I totally agreed with you on that part. It makes so much sense to swap out these girls.
Yeah. Like if you're gonna give us an entertaining show, and then because I personally find Julia to be a lot more. I don't know if she's more attractive or because she's more pleasant. She's more attractive to me, but I would prefer Julia over Yara.
You know what? Yara is nothing but complaining. And Julia, we get to see like the two different faces of Julia. We get to see like the happy, like, you know, sweet side of Julia. And it seems like she really likes Brandon, unlike this, Yovi and Yara. But then we also know that Julia has the potential to blow up and act the fool. And I think we're all waiting for that part. So I think that's why we like Julia more. Like nobody likes somebody who's always complaining. And that's Yara. Yara and Natalie. Yeah.
Well, the one who I need in my life is Stephanie. If you want to sponsor a lifestyle girl, I could double my paycheck too.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't understand how she's validating this. When she speaks it out loud what she's doing, I just look at her and go, "Duh, what? Are you stupid?"
Actually, I agree with her because she is doing the same thing that David did in the Ukraine, you know? And they just need to be honest with them. They don't mind paying for hookers. They just don't need to marry them.
I don't understand how she feels she has a relationship with somebody that one, she doesn't trust, and two, doesn't pick up her phone calls when she's calling. Like, I'm not communicating through your parent to find out if you are okay. Just not.
Hold on, I'm gonna call back in. My
Okay.
connection on my iPad is bad.
All right. Talk to you in a bit. Jamal,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
what are your thoughts about Stephanie?
I just don't understand it. I don't
Oh,
understand
wait.
why she's doing it.
Hmm.
So I'm like,
It doesn't make sense to me either.
mm-mm. You're. I mean, you're mature enough to understand the situation, and if that's what you want, I'm all for it. Be honest, be open, but don't act like, well, I'm not sure, like I'm just helping them out, like no, just like I'm paying for him, and I'm paying for him and his family because they're the tough bind. That's it, and let it go. Don't frame it in terms. I'm like, oh, I really love them. I'm helping out the family. This is what I'm doing. Like, no, you're doing this to ensure you keep the man that you want at this time. That's all.
No, see, okay, Stephanie and I are of a similar age group, and I can't rationalize what she's doing. I can help somebody out if needed. However, I'm not adopting an entire family and supporting
Right.
them. Um, I just can't do it. Like we all going through the pandemic together. Um,
Exactly.
God bless her. God bless her, and she's a good woman, better than me. But all I know is that I couldn't do it. Hold on, we've got a Blavi back.
To be
Yeah.
honest, I'm okay with the
Hello,
helping
my
of
dear. Oh,
him.
we've got Gatatua.
Hi,
Mm-hmm.
Gatatua. I'm sorry that I cut off on you yesterday. My phone died.
Hey, Gatatua, how's the connection today? You're good?
I am hoping it's okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, because today I'm using my phone, so let's see if it's going to be better.
Okay, do you have any thoughts on our poor little Stephanie or any of the other couples on this show?
Now, I have not gotten the. I think I didn't have the zeal to try and get their names, but I can describe them
Mm-hmm.
by their character or age or something. So, the cougar one, what's her name?
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Oh,
Stephanie.
okay. Now, she's not adopting a whole family. She's living the life. This is what you people need to understand. She's paying to have service from everyone in that family. Because she's already had it with a cousin. She's doing it with a dude. And she can easily call and say, okay, today I want your sister or your brother. And she's going to be given. Because I see that a lot. Like, if I was
So,
to hook up, yes?
no, wait. When you say I want your sister, you mean like dipping and do it with the girl, like anybody in the family? That's
Yeah,
what she's
she wants to
purchasing? What
whack.
services she's purchasing?
Yeah, she wants to whack
That's what
in the Mendy.
that's what
Oh,
I'm saying. Like, if I'm taking care of your family, I own your family. So you owe me. So if today I feel like my scratch needs to be, my itch needs to be scratched by your sister, you better come over and do it, because then the money will stop.
do you think that she's taking care of the whole family out of guilt for doing it with the cousin Harrison or Harris or whatever his name
No,
was?
I think the
No, she's taking care of the family to be able to have access to more of the family, not out of
Ew.
guilt. Because look at it this way, and I have seen it a lot with young girls dating older tourist people. Like, you come over and you start taking care of me. So you pay for you start taking care of my family, and you find out I have maybe a younger sister than me. And you ask me, so if you bring your sister along, I can get you, maybe let's say you wanted an iPhone, I can get you the latest iPhone. And I'm like, okay, cool. So another time you tell me, like, if you bring your brother over, I can get you something else. So it becomes a business transaction between the two of us. So I wouldn't have a problem introducing her to my friends, my cousins, my brothers and sisters, because all of us are making money from her. It's a cash cow.
Oh my God. Jamal, what do you think on this? What are your thoughts?
I just don't understand her. I just wouldn't do it. I could see like helping out with his pay on the back end. I'm cool with that, but you
Mm-hmm.
like paying for the whole family, all they bills, they rent and stuff. It's like,
But this is
ma'am.
the same thing with a Swelu, you know. This, I'm sure, if you look at most of these couples, they are paying for their family's lifestyle. Look at Pedro and Chantel, you know.
Oh yeah, and if I think about it as a whole, she said she's only sending like what $500 to $1,300 a month. So I mean, it's not. It doesn't seem like that's big, like a
That
big
might be a
financial
lot in
strain on her.
Belize.
Exactly. So that's why I'm like, okay, like if you can afford to help them out, cool. But my thing is this: you can help him out, like he help him out so he can help his family. Don't take care of everybody because they start getting comfortable in that life. Like, well, we ain't got nothing to do. Like, his girlfriend gonna take care of it. So that's my only
But this
issue.
is known because remember,
But
Damar and what is her name? He was from Jamaica and she was like from the middle of Pennsylvania, and they had an issue with this because he was
Oh
taking care
yeah.
of the family. And
mm,
then when they got married, she wanted to
Mm-hmm.
stop, and they were like, they basically weren't saying it, but they were like, "Well, you're sleeping with our brother. Like, sleeping with a young man is not free."
and that's the
Got
thing.
okay.
And if I feel if she was just doing that to help the family, she wouldn't have been swinging on off the chandeliers with the cousin. So that to me literally screamed what I am saying. She's doing that because she has ulterior motives. Like, she wants
So
to have a
basically,
cake and eat it.
whoever she gave a watch to, she's having sex with.
Correct.
Yes, and she can give me
Wow.
one too.
I wonder what
Wow.
kind of watch that is.
It's not a Rolex. It was like a $50
No, I'm thinking she went to and got them wholesale or something, bought them bulk.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm saying like this is known. When you go to the Caribbean, you know, Debbie, you see them. They come from the Mandingo and they be out there, you know, with the young boys. You know, even Tori McMillan wrote about it. Stella got her groove back. What do you think that was about?
But
Mhm.
it's also it's the same thing. It also happens here. And it started happening a lot after though we had the first time there was the not the first time per se, but when the New York Marathon happened and then a Kenyan won. And then when the Kenyan was interviewed, they were like, oh, we do this. So if you want to have a child who can be a runner, you need to come down to Kenya. So all the cougars came to Kenya as tourists.
Yeah,
And
they do
that's
that
the
all the
business they were
time.
doing.
Oh my god.
Because when you travel, you understand that. Listen, they do it in Brazil too. They do it. That's why when these people be telling you how they met, I be calling them garden tools because that's what they are. They bring the prostitutes, the sugar babies, everything else like that. They get addicted to it, and they want to bring them to America. And then what happens? You get a Jay situation where he's
And also
playing the whole neighborhood.
And also the other thing, is he the same one who's working at a resort?
Yes.
Because also that's very weird. Because you see, when you work, if I am to go and work at a resort, trust you me, I'll be getting an older person each day approaching me for something. So he's literally being thrown into the, like Paradise Island for cougar. So he's going to be living large, and she's getting what she wants. So both of them actually, they're not in a relationship per se. They're in a transaction.
Yeah. Because remember, she's at sexual peak right
Well,
now. So she wants to
right,
get
but
it. She don't want
well,
no
don't
old man.
forget the resort is basically shut now because it's COVID. So there's not that many guests there, if any at all. So that's why she got the arrangement with the resort owner to just give him a job and she's paying the salary. Because I think he already has his little tings on the side. And if it wasn't COVID and he really was working at a resort, he'd be working overtime because he'd be hitting the foreign ladies or guys or whichever way he swings, as well as having his local flavors as well.
But it's not just
He'd
the
be
men. The
busy.
women do it too. You know.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
woman. I mean, the men do it. The men has been the old school thing. You know. I have an associate that goes out and goes on vacation just for that. He goes all
No,
around.
the other thing is the women are worse. So the women, like for example, if I go and hit it and it's awesome, I come and tell you guys like, yo, Debbie, I love you. I think you should go that direction. It's awesome. Like it's weird. And I'm like, what?
You know what? Now I'm thinking about it. Remember at earlier up in the season on SNL when Adele was the host, remember
Yeah,
they
I
had
was
that
telling you about
controversial skit?
that.
Right.
Yes, about the 3 British ladies who were going
Yeah.
to Africa for on holiday.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. I
That's
was
what
so
she.
glad that they chose Africa and not the Caribbean.
Listen, it happens all over. It even happens in America.
Yeah, so if
Ah,
if if you see me in the streets with a cougar, don't question it. I'm working.
But it's not. It's.
oh my
I miss
God.
though. They should have somebody. Nobody's from Latin America this year. I enjoy the Latin American women.
And then I feel also the other ladies, you know, when you go to Ukraine, I've forgotten the name of the country of the city. They do have speed dating for mail order brides. So like a bunch of you are taken by a tour company to that country, and then you do have a speed dating for like 3 days with the, yes, it's a thing. You do have a speed dating with the
In
women, and
Ukraine?
then you choose. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and then you choose. So when you choose whoever you feel is your potential, now you continue with the conversation and you can bring them to America for a few days. And yeah, like they get to meet your family and stuff, or you can be traveling back and forth to see each other. I feel that's where they got all these women from. Like they did that speed dating thing, and then they were told, okay, come on over. Because most of those women are women who are looking to marry American men or white men who are rich. Because some of the questions that automatically you need to fill on the form actually before you even get onto the bus to go to that country, like even a flight, is what's your net worth and what's your, like, do you have any children, things like that, and do you have a trust?
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, I felt like they're just mail order brides, but in a sleek way. And I think maybe that's why my mind has not gotten like wrapped around watching them in its entirety, because I've watched the I think you can get a snippet of it when you watch 60 Seconds Australia. They have that where a bunch of old men leave their country, go to Ukraine, I've forgotten the name of the town, and go through a whole speed dating thing, and then you choose whoever you're choosing, and then you decide whether you're going back with them immediately, so they do the papers for the person, or you will take it slow and see where it goes.
Now, the one that doesn't make sense to me is Tarik and Hazel, because Hazel is, I mean, Tarik is not doing bad, but Tarik is just a clown. I can't, at a certain age, rapping is not a profession. He is just a clown. Even when they went to the restaurant, he was just irking my nerves. I was just like, ugh, what? And then he had his hairline receding. You need to go get that Beijing and hook it up in the middle. He looks just atrocious. Ugh.
For me, he's just annoying. I just
I've
why are
said
you
from the
here?
beginning I wasn't interested in them.
I'm not interested in them.
Go
I
ahead,
don't
Jamal.
know what Natalie is on, but she got to stop it. And then too, I was kind of with her when she was like, he wakes up 3 o'clock in the morning to travel 3 hours to Seattle for work. I was like, whoa, 3 hours for work? Shout out to you. That's 6 hours a day.
Honestly, I would sign up for that
Yeah,
if
that's
I
not
had
something
Natalie
that's
waiting
not
at
something you
home
guys
for
could
me
do.
as well.
But like he leaves 3:30 to get there 6:30, then he leaves work 2:30, like 3 hours to go to work.
I have a question. Why
Maybe
can't
that's the
he
only job he could
live
get.
closer to work?
Huh?
Why can't he live closer to work?
Because that's his family's property. So I don't think he has to pay like rent and stuff like that. Two, they haven't told us exactly what Mike does.
Okay, that's very weird. To me, that's that's a lot of work. Because I'm trying to imagine driving 6 hours every day.
Every
That's
day.
work in itself.
And then he's not the only one. Yara, we're just gonna throw her away. I hope she gets her weave done by the end of the season. I really do. I really do hope she gets that weave done. I mean, she's had that weave for almost 8 years. Mama, it's time. Let it blend. You're not a platinum blonde anymore. Look at the rainbow. Pick another color. Oh, Jovi.
Oh my God.
Do you think Jovi's gonna cheat when he's away?
Yeah. Well, no, he's on the boat unless there's a girl on there.
But do they
I don't know.
are they allowed to go off the boat, or do they just stay on the boat every day?
No, my friends are at sea or on a rig somewhere in the middle of the sea. So,
When you're
yeah,
on
the
a rig, you
most that
rarely
they
come
could
to
get
shore.
off.
Because
Yeah, it has to be like some emergency where you take the helicopter in and out, and
she's
that's it.
acting like they're gonna be women at the boat and they're gonna be sleeping together on the boat. You like she's acting like he's going to another woman when he's saying he's going to work.
But she's making this up, and here's why. They've been together for over a year now, almost 2 years, right? She knows how this goes because when she had the miscarriage, he had to leave her and go to work. Like, don't pretend like you don't know how this works, Yara.
I feel
You've
if
dealt with
if
this.
if I was in her situation, I'd be very happy because one, I'm taken care of because I know those people make good money. Two, I don't have to deal with you every day, all the time. Like I have some times off. It's like I'm closed. It's like how children close school. I'm having my midterm when you're away. So I'd be thrilled if I was her. I'd be living my best life and being a good wife. I wouldn't be behaving the way she's behaving.
Okay, I just looked up something out of curiosity to see how far Squim or whatever you call it is from Seattle. It's 66 miles and an hour and 15 minutes. So,
So where
sorry,
is
an
he
hour
going
and
for
50
3 hours?
minutes, not 15. Yeah, an
So
hour
maybe
and 50
maybe 3
minutes.
hours is round trip.
So, yeah,
Maybe,
that
maybe.
that would be better. Yeah.
But maybe it had.
Unless
Well,
he
no, because
told
there's no
her
traffic.
3 hours each way to give him time to see Uncle Bo.
I just think that
I don't know.
storyline.
Okay.
Like I can't take her. I don't know why she's so crazy acting. And would she please get a brush for her hair? Every time I see her on the screen, she looks like she just rolled out the bed. Let's get a comb and brush for Natalie. I mean, every time and it's just always so frizzy. Like Natalie, what are you do? She's losing her mind when she came to America. She really is.
Actually, now I take it back. Yeah, because I was trying to do a rough estimation in my head of how long I take to commute to work, and it's literally supposed to be 15 minutes drive, but because of traffic, you can stay up to 2 hours on
But
the
he's
road.
going at
Oh
So
three
my
yeah,
o'clock
most
in
God.
the morning.
probably.
There's no traffic at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, I've tried
Mm.
my best to defend him.
Like it's not like he's going at 8. He's going at
Oh,
3 o'clock in the morning. There's no traffic.
Yeah, yeah,
that's
definitely.
very
Because when I
true.
leave early, there is literally no traffic, and it takes me 15 less than 15 minutes.
Yeah, so I mean, and then we have to discuss Julia. Julia, the green card is not worth this. I'm sorry. It is not worth this. I hope she doesn't marry him and I hope she, finds a richer man in another country. Like I would be so put off from America if I was with Brandon. Again, I'm not coming to your house to do farm work. I thought that was crazy. I know, Gratitude, you don't agree with me, but I'm not coming to America
Yeah,
to do farm work. That's not happening.
I agree with you on that part. I wouldn't leave my country to go to another country to do farm work. I get that. But if you're hanging out with a farmer, you'll do farm work. It's the same way I said, if you're hanging out with a farmer, you'll do farm work. If you're hanging out with a pimp, you'll be a garden tool. It's simple. You have to do the work to eat. Unless now they move out of the farm, because literally in a farm you have to go get your breakfast. You have to sometimes go get your dinner. So if you don't do anything, how will you end up eating? But however, I feel the way they're orienting her through the whole farming process is very, very rude and very insensitive, because you don't know whether this person has done this work before. So you need either you tell her to do house chores and then the rest of you do the farm work, or you give her the very, like mundane tasks, like very, very light tasks at the farm, because you cannot be making this woman chase pigs in a farm. That's just hard work.
Let me throw out something here with this storyline and where I have a problem with it. This looks like a pretty big working farm.
Mm-hmm.
Who was feeding all of them animals and collecting all of them eggs before she got there? If both of his parents and Brandon had a job, who
But
was
you see,
doing all of
the
that?
farm is weird because you see animals on the farm, but when you go to their website, they say that they're dog breeders. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on.
But I also think they're trying to see whether she how, like, okay, I've seen this with a lot of African parents. like when they try to see whether you can do it. So we have a staple food, we call it ugali, and it's kind of like the hardest thing to make for a bunch of people.
Yes, we did talk about the cougar pay. So Jatatua said that she's not paying for the vacation D. She's paying for the D for the whole entire family. So she's paying their bills so that she can get the next hot young 21-year-old that comes out in the family. Right?
Yeah.
She's greedy. She said,
Oh my God.
but the cousin was fine though. So I'm not mad at her with the cousin.
Yeah. I also saw the cousin was like, I wouldn't even have a problem with that. Seriously. But I'm just saying, don't be shocked when you now see friends coming also into the picture, and you start
Do you
hearing
think
story
she
about
rents
the
his family out to her friends as well? Like, do you think her nieces, if she went out there, his family members would sleep with her nieces too, allegedly?
If the price is right.
Only
He
if they
seems like
brought a watch. Only if they brought a watch.
Well, she's
That's
bringing
it.
6 watches. So what is she getting for 6 watches?
a bunch of
I don't know,
massages
6 sessions.
And
yes,
does his friends
allegedly.
count too?
I have a question.
But
Does who
So,
count?
His
quick
friends.
question. So, with the watches, are the
Go ahead,
watches to
Jamal.
mark the territory?
Yeah, that's. I guess I
yes,
should tell the other cougars taken.
that and most
Got it. That
probably
makes
like
sense.
if they want to sample the merchandise, they go through her to go to the merchandise.
Oh.
So she's become a madam of a small village in Belize.
Oh, she's living her best life, trust you me.
No, she's not a madam.
Oh my God.
Because a madam doesn't sleep with her.
Well, if she brings the nieces to sample.
But she's paying for the family. You understand? So she's paying for.
Yeah,
She's paying.
but
It's
oh my
like.
God, rent
It's
a
like
cousin.
no. It's like Dion retainer. So like how
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
the word. Yes.
Dion retainer. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh my God. I can't wait to hear more of Stephanie's story because it's just she is shown the least on on this story or on this show, and her story is the most ridiculous. It really is.
I don't know why they
just
show
cannot.
Natalie so much. I really don't.
I was talking about the lady at the farm. I think they're just trying to see whether she's going to be bold enough to go through the entire process of being in a farm and like showing them I can withstand your bullshit. Because I tend to think they have farm help and farm hands when they're off to work. I don't think the farm takes care of itself. I don't think they're the ones who literally do everything on that farm. I think they're just trying to see whether she can do it, which is a very typical thing here. Like if I was dating someone and would introduce me to their mother, their mother would want me to go try and make something for them so that they see, can you cook for my son or something like that? Or would purposefully tell you to go to the kitchen and, just clean it up or something. Yeah. Or would make
That's not what's
like,
happening. The mother
I
is
feel
upset that she's losing her man. Because as you saw, when she saw the hickeys, she got real tutorial because she's losing her man. And then you saw Grandpappy was ready to hit it on it too. So no, she's mad.
No, the grandpa first of all is very weird. The grandfather is like on another level. I feel if the grandfather was left in the farm with the poor girl, we would hear something happened.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
Grandpappy said I do it too. Pappy. Yeah, so
at least he was honest.
The mother is exhibiting behaviors of a mother who substituted the son for the husband.
Listen, the mother needs to stop it. She was acting like Glenn Close in Fatal Attraction. She was sitting here trying to tear, saying this was my man. Why he's claiming you on his neck? Listen, the mother that thinks that's her man.
But okay, fine. Now, if I have a hickey and you have a problem with it, what's stopping her from going out and getting her own? Go get your own hickey, woman.
That's her man. You keep forgetting. That's her man. She like you didn't see her and him
Oh
and
God.
the elf costume that she put
Oh,
on
if
him.
I if
That's
I
her
was in that
man.
if I was in that relationship, I would run because I feel like it's either going to be the mother or myself who end up being found dead in the woods.
But
Oh
one thing
my
I did
God.
agree with
Okay.
what's her name? Not Julia.
Mm-hmm.
What's the one that complains all the time?
Yara?
No, the one
Yara. Yara.
no. The one in Washington.
Natalie.
Natalie. The
Natalie.
only thing I agreed
Natalie.
her with was with the cats. If there's one thing I do not like is a litter box. Oh, when she was sitting there cleaning it, I was like, and you saw how much poop it had in
But
there.
like how many cats? But how many cats he have in that house? If that's just one cat,
Yeah.
like, dude, when was the last time you emptied that bin?
Listen, his maid came for him. His maid. That's what he wanted.
Oh
A
my
maid.
God.
Just like Tarik.
No,
Their maids came
I can't.
from other countries. They're maids. That's what they wanted. They wanted maids. They wanted maids, cooks, and a little bit of that extracurricular activities. That's what they wanted.
The exotic kind.
Exactly. With the
Oh my
accent.
God.
Because I'm
All right.
trying to
So
imagine
did
the
you
sort of
guys watch Unexpected?
Yeah.
Did you guys watch Unexpected?
Yeah.
Okay, let's touch on that for a little
Wasn't it
bit
like
because we're gonna be winding up soon.
Okay.
no, I didn't watch it because no, mm-mm.
I watched it because I see bad
This
parents all around.
show.
The one
Huh?
the one who wants to
Yeah.
be a housewife. Right, her father has got lip injections. Why does his lips look like that?
I don't know. I'm hoping that he just has naturally bubbly lips.
And then she
And I wish they would stop giving in to that little girl so much.
and he always has lip gloss on them too.
He does.
Look at how shiny his lips are all the
I don't
time.
know.
Yes, I
Maybe he
noticed. Yes,
picked that
they're
up in the
shiny.
military. Maybe he picked that
No,
up in the
no.
military. I
What?
don't
His
know.
toe dropped the soap?
I
Don't
saw
ask, don't
I
tell.
saw I saw the lips were shiny and I thought, that's a man who takes care of his lips.
She's
Kindly does
ridiculous. And I don't think that's
a
that
lot of
guy's
lip balm
baby.
on them.
I don't think
Huh?
she knows who her baby daddy is. I don't think that's his baby.
So
You
we
don't
need
think Jenna's
like a
baby is
Maury
Aiden?
moment.
I don't think that she knows who her baby daddy is.
So
Because
you think we need
Nuh-uh.
a Maury moment so that
yeah, we
like we
need
find out
more
who the father is?
Yeah, because she acts very Garden Tool like. Very Garden Tool like. And he's very dumb. He's like a baby version of Sean. So yeah.
Oh, interesting. See, I got that from Mirka. I
Which
was
one is
wondering if
that?
she knew who her baby daddy was. Huh?
Which one is that?
What was that?
Mirka.
Mirka is the one where her mother disowned her.
You know what's interesting about Mirka? They look very immature having children. Like I didn't realize like how immature you are at 15. They act like 10.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed that when they were having the get together with all of their friends,
Mm-hmm.
and they were talking about the baby like it was an accessory, like
Yeah.
not a real responsibility. And I don't think Jenna realizes she's even pregnant.
No.
It boggles my mind, this troop of kids.
Well, the one that
But I
Oh, and
feel like
another
they
one.
think it's something you can return
Mm-hmm.
after a while.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And another one who I feel is not claiming the right father is Rihanna.
Oh, that's the one with the mother who had her
That
at
yeah, the mom and the grandma, like she's third generation teen mom,
Mhm.
but she's the one that's having the really difficult pregnancy and wound up going to the hospital
Mhm.
in the last episode.
Let me ask
I
you.
wonder if Taryn is the dad of that baby
Oh, you know what? I was
because they said that both of them were unfaithful.
You know what I thought? I was looking at her at Rhiannon, and I was saying to myself, her mother and me are very close in age. I couldn't imagine. Her mother's like probably a few years older than me. I couldn't imagine being 34 and a grandmother. And 50 and a great grand?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
My
But
question is
look at
this.
Tyra. Tyra's fifth generation teen mom.
Jesus.
My question is this.
Mhm.
Like,
Yes, Gatatua.
if I'm thinking if I was a teen mom, I would really instill the idea of you really don't want to do this at a teenage when you're a teenager. And I would be like, please go and look for the contraceptives, know every kind that's out there and feel free to use them. Fifth generation, like what were you doing? What happened? Like no one was communicating with the other, or is it like let's wait until you're 15 and see how it goes? I'll be very afraid to have a daughter if that's the case.
But I think what can you say when you've already done it, you know? Like it's a little bit hypocritical when you've done it too. Like even though you want the best for your child,
Yeah.
you clearly aren't having the conversation needed to be had because a lot of these parents are saying, I didn't even know she was having relations with men. And I'm saying to myself, are you
But
crazy?
if you are having relations at your age, you should suspect that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So maybe
Well,
she's having it too.
you
So
heard
talk to her
Myra.
about it.
You heard Myra. We just didn't like the feeling of a condom. So we just continued to do it. I mean, that was
Yeah.
absolutely absurd.
And that's a 15-year-old?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
She's saying that she didn't like and that's the thing. They be like, I don't like the feeling. Then the other girl with the dad who got his lips done was saying that he was sneaking him into her house and they was smashing in his house
At
and she got
15,
pregnant.
who knows?
Mhm.
Okay, now my mind is just boggled. Like at 15 years old, you know about feelings and
The
whether you
problem
like it
is the
with or
parent
not.
because the parent should have put the child on birth control. You know what your child is doing. You know if your child is fast. You know, and granted, your sexuality is what it is, but we all knew the girl who was sleeping around in high school. And the true garden tools don't get pregnant because they get on birth control. It's the ones that like to flex in front that get pregnant. She should have put. They should put their children on birth control at 12 because that's when they're starting. And then
I
yeah, they
I agree with Trey's comment because by the time we were getting to second generation, it means we all have it in our blood.
mhm.
So by the time we're getting to the fourth, I'll be giving my child birth control pill every day in the morning, like, and making and confirming that have you swallowed it, and just giving you another one just for backup, just in case. I wouldn't take chances because I'm trying to imagine if a 15-year-old is literally not a grown up, like even in their mental capacity and how they would
But
think.
the thing about it is these shows don't help either because a lot of like I used to hate Teen Mom for this because Teen Mom used to be really acting like children were accessories. And I think that's an issue. Like these kids think that, oh my gosh, this is like a sophisticated dog. No. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Every
And
little girl
and,
should
and
be
Mm.
on birth control 12 to 13 because too many people are
yeah, but
smashing.
also I feel the idea of having such shows would tell me like if I am 15, if I get pregnant, I'll be on the telly and I'll be famous and I'll be making some money. So why should I not do it? I feel you would feel the pressure of let me just do it for the sake of, because you're thinking this is something you can take it back, or if it doesn't work out, I can give it to my mother and my mother will take care of it.
But then
But
you know what? To be fair, I mean, I see it the opposite way too. Why aren't we giving little boys vasectomies? Because they could always get it reversed.
not a vasectomy, Ablavi. That's too
No,
extreme, don't you
seriously.
think?
No, I think it's easier. Yeah,
Until we have
I
male birth
wouldn't go
control.
that route.
Until we have male birth control.
Well,
No,
true, but
like because for it,
instead of giving a like I see in the chat a lot of people are saying like just give the girls a pill a day. But what about the has anybody ever had the shot? I've
yeah,
only experienced condoms and the pill, but the
yeah.
shot might be a good thing
No, but you have to
for
do it in your
teenagers
arm.
because they don't have to remember.
You have to put the
Yeah,
shot in your arm.
you
You can't
know.
put it like on your.
Mhm.
But even that, like the parents, you can clearly tell They gave him the basic sex ed talk, but then didn't want to go no further. Like, birth control is something that they're too irresponsible to take. They are. They'll take
Well,
one.
true. At that age,
Yeah,
right, and they'll
they might
forget
even
it.
forget to
I
take
think
it. To take
something
it.
like a shot might work. Oh, we lost Jamal. But again, I agree with you guys. I think there's a
But
lack
this
of
is
communication with these kids, and even when you're talking with them, like in the case of Ethan, they're not taking it in. Like it
but
is
this
what it
but
is. So
this
sometimes
is
parents might have to take these aggressive actions, like giving the girls a shot.
Because when you have a baby,
but this is what you have
Uh,
to remember. When you have a baby, it's the girl who's left with the child. Nowhere do you see someone the dude being given the child at a very tender age. If shit hits the fan, it's you who's left with that child to take care of. So why would I want to do that to
yeah.
myself? I'm literally a child. Why would I want to have another child?
but I'm just saying.
And this is what confuses me with Mirka, because her mother was the most savage of them all. She said what she said: if you have a baby, you got to get out or go and abort it. And she kept it and had to get out. Like, her mother is not backing down from this, and she still went in ahead and did it without a
No,
condom. Like,
I
you
think she's
can't
doing
control
it.
these kids.
No. I think she's doing it for a different reason. I think she's doing it because she wants the family union, and she sees he has that, and she sees how his parents got together and they were teen parents, and she's like, okay, so he comes from that,
Mm.
and you can see like she's finding love in all the wrong places, and her mother,
So
has
she
to
can
work.
wait like 5 years.
You're right, but
She
when you
can wait 5 years to
But
do that?
we can take that out of her. We can go to Kylie, for instance. Why was she 19 having a baby when she had everything? You know? If you don't love yourself and you need somebody that's going to unconditionally love you, you're going to create it.
I don't know. Like I like children, but yeah, no. Mm-mm.
But I'm saying if you feel alone, right? Because that's how she was feeling. That's what she's been saying.
Mhm.
And you want somebody to love you. These this is how a lot of people feel. A child
Get
is
a
that
puppy. Get a puppy. It will love you.
love.
Stop disturbing everyone and get a puppy.
I just think that they're very irresponsible
Okay.
as even teenagers. I wouldn't have none of them I wouldn't have a child around none of them. And
I'm
I
if because I'm trying to think when I was that age, even if I looked at a boy, my dad would have killed me. And my dad was those people of like,
I
I'm
wasn't
gonna
even
disown you.
thinking
Like
about that.
no, as then like my dad would tell you outrightly, like I can disown you and you would do nothing. Me and my mom can always get another baby. You're not that special. It's as
but
simple as that. That's
I'm just saying that when you see these kids, they have because you don't hear any of them talk about college. You don't hear any of them talk about really life, a long-term life. And granted, when you're that age, you don't think of, oh, I'm going to be a police, but you do think of, you know, after high school. These kids are in high school. I mean, Rihanna is what, a
Mhm.
sophomore?
Yeah, I think she's
yes, she is.
15, 16.
That means she got pregnant with
Yeah.
a freshman. Like, what is it? Like, she's going to spend 2 years with her child and her in school. Like, I don't even know what you do at that point. And then she got pregnant at the father's house? Are you kidding me?
My father would have killed
Yeah.
me.
And then the parents are all like, well, it happened. And then, like, if you see the stats, they were like, teen moms are more likely to have a second child. And I'm like,
Yeah, and
My
that's the thing. I don't think you fine. It has happened. She's gotten pregnant. She's had the baby. I understand that. Fine. But you allow her to have a second one? I'm
I
gonna
mean,
take you to get
Yeah,
injections
because
and
one of the
stuff.
girls from last season
who,
is back pregnant with her second baby.
is that the same father or is that a different father?
Mm-mm. It's a different father. And I was surprised because this guy has a whole beard and mustache, and I thought he was in his 30s. Now, this guy looks old, but he's like 19.
But this is the thing with that. How did, and then she was, oh yeah, I remember him. He was like, I don't know how she got pregnant. So you don't know how sexual reproductive system works, but you sitting here getting people pregnant. Like, this is ridiculous. You know? What do you think of
Or like
penis?
Jenna saying Jenna is saying that Aiden told her that he ovulates right
Yeah.
along in the same cycle as her. Like, it's a basic failure of
What?
sexual education and communication.
I think
Yeah,
it was even that stupid
Jenna
when I was that
said that
age.
Aiden told her, yes, that he ovulates in the same cycle as her.
You know, I think these kids are so dumb. I don't think they even know what a period is. I mean, they just act so stupid. But that one guy, yeah, he was like,
And
how did she get pregnant? Like this is the stork, and the stork just puts some magic fairy dust, and women become pregnant. I just can't with them.
wait, he's the one that said, all of a sudden she was like 10 weeks pregnant out of nowhere. And yeah, like what?
And
And
then
you reached adulthood?
what's with the guy and the girl? And is she in college? Like, I don't understand. She's going to school, but the child lives with him, and she's like, I love him, but I can't be with him anymore.
No, you know what it is? Tyra had dreams of going to college, and I fully support that. But when you have a kid, sometimes you have to make not sometimes, all the time you got to make sacrifices. And I don't agree with her going to a school 2+ hours away. So she's living away at school and left her kid with the kid's dad who lives at home in his grandma's house. And now the mom, she's back again with the grandma, and she is brought her boyfriend that she recently met online to live with them in grandma's house.
Does he work? Because I've never seen him go to a job.
I've never seen it either. And it doesn't even look like he's going to school to make anything better for himself. But I really think Tyra needs to transfer to a local community college, take her kid, and go back home to her mom's house. I really do. If you are that upset that a stranger is in the house with your infant, you need to come back home.
So she's in college. That's interesting. Well, I mean, why can't he get a job and find some place to live? Like, I'm not understanding why he's such a bum.
I don't know.
And then Tyra
and I don't understand why. Like, who's supporting that kid? If she's in school, who's buying nappies? Who's buying wipes?
Because I don't.
It makes no sense to me unless they're relying on the TLC money.
I personally think that he should raise the child, and she should go to school and be self, because he does not want to better himself. Now, the mother and her boyfriend need to be kicked out, because what they're not saying and what I've picked up on is she has a substance abuse problem.
You broke up there for a second, Ablavi. Do you mind repeating that?
I said, I think she should go to school and do what's best for her. I think either she needs to have off-campus housing, take the child with her, or because even if she were to move back home, the child will still be in that situation because he's not going to get a house and live by himself.
Oh my God, I think my connection is horrible, but yeah, it's a rough situation all the way around. But I think I'll tune in again next week to see more bad decisions.
I think the show is interesting. I think it's very. They're too young. They're a little bit too young to be. And you know what else I don't understand? Why isn't adoption more of an option for these people?
Oh, thanks, Irene. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Tomorrow, I'm not sure what's on television tonight. I don't even know.
Nothing.
Gosh.
Nothing.
Nothing?
No.
Is anybody watching the Bell Collective? I've got it saved up in my queue to watch.
I'm
I
gonna
think
watch.
I'm gonna give it a go and see what it's like.
Nothing.
Yeah, because I
Wait,
found it on YouTube. So
Well, isn't Dallas coming
what was
back
that?
soon? Dallas, isn't it coming back? Real Housewives of Dallas.
Housewives of Dallas. Oh, wait, that's tomorrow? No, is it today?
I don't know.
When is that starting? I have to double check again to see when it's starting. It's either
Oh,
tonight or tomorrow.
they said My Big Fabulous Life. Is that on? My Big Fabulous Life?
Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
And
I'm so sick of
Plainsville, right?
Whitney. Uh,
I'm not
I'm
talking about
so
those.
sick of Whitney.
Is Married at First Sight coming back too?
I want to try Dallas.
Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight. Pardon?
It's coming back too, though.
God, my connection is so lousy. What I'm going to do is, we're all having technical issues today, and I think this is my technical issue. So, Blavi, I'm going to thank you so much for calling in today. We're going to figure out what we're watching tomorrow for sure.
Okay.
Everybody, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell and tell your friends. Jamal says Dallas is tonight, so I might give it a try to see the first Asian housewife.
Bye.
All right, dear. And guys, we will see you tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have a better connection. See ya.